So my name is Sharka, I'm 19 years old and I come from the Czech Republic. And before IB, I was studying a grammar school in Czechia and I took an exchange year in the US.
My name is Frederick, I'm 19 years old and I was born in Denmark.
My name is Jemana, I'm 17 years old and I'm from India. And before coming to Stenhus, I was in St. Joseph's and I was doing the Cambridge IGCSE program.
My name is Elio, I study at the IB program at Stenhus and I come from Italy where I studied in high school in and around Florence, mainly in the countryside.
I'm Natasha, I'm 19 years old and I'm half Estonian, half Danish. I used to go to a Russian science school in Estonia.
My name is Johnny, I'm 18 and I'm from South Africa. Before taking the IB at Stenhus, I was in an international school in Roskilde.
Hi, my name is Ellen, I'm 17 years old and I'm half English, half Danish. And before I came to pre-IB at Stenhus, I was at an international after school, which kind of relies on towards the IB.
Yeah, my name is Anne Nielsen and I am Danish and I've been studying it the last 2 years in Australia at an Australian high school, and that's kind of what brought me here.
I chose the IB because I wanted to be more academically challenged and I was striving to be more focused on certain subjects which I wanted to pursue in my further education. And I chose Stenhus because I really liked the location, I really liked Denmark, and I just liked the environment around here, so I decided to come here. Plus they had a boarding school which helped me a lot because I have no other connection than school to Denmark, and going from a Czech Republic it would be quite difficult for me to just start living by myself.
I chose to go to Stenhus Gymnasium because Stenhus has always had a strong reputation among Danish high schools, and I chose the IB diploma program because I wanted to advance my international mindedness in sort of a international environment sort of way, where I can enhance my academics through a more developed system that has a focus on a global world.
So I've been in an international school my whole life. Even when I studied in India, I was in the Cambridge system, and then in St. Joseph's I continued with that, and then in Denmark I didn't really speak Danish back then, so I thought it was the best for me to join an English course, so the IB was the best choice for me.
I chose the IB because it gave me an opportunity to focus in on the subjects that I love to study, and gave me the opportunity to pick and not be on a standardized track.
I wanted to do the IB diploma because I loved the educational program here compared to my old school, where you focus more on thinking process rather than on just the grades and the outcome of the work. You rather focus on the process itself. So, and plus I wanted to study in English.
Well, I chose the IB because I really wanted to be exposed to different cultures, and I really like the emphasis that the IB puts on being independent and really doing a lot of your learning yourself. And I chose Stenhus specifically because it's not too big of a school, and the IB is still very new here, but we still have a huge range of different nationalities.
I chose to do the pre-IB program here, one because it's close to where I live, but also because I really wanted to be in an international community, and that's what the pre-IB offers you, and that's what the IB offers you as well.
I chose pre-IB at Stenhus also because I live close by, but also to be with other students that are bilingual or trilingual as I am, and also to kind of mix multiple subjects instead of having to choose one path like you have to do in the SDX, for example.
I am in the IB Global Profile, which means that I'm taking global politics at higher level, and I'm taking environmental systems and societies. I'm also taking economics at higher level. And these subjects, in global politics we talk about politics more general, from the global perspective, which, for example, compared to my friends who are taking Czech education, they would talk more specifically about a given political system. But I like about the global politics in IB is that you learn about a lot of things and you learn how things are interconnected internationally, which is also something I want to pursue further in university and further on. After the IB, I want to study further global politics. I want to study something along the lines as philosophy, politics and economics. So far, I have applied to some universities. I already got an offer from University of Manchester, and I'm also applying to University of Amsterdam and Georgetown University in Washington, D.C.
I'm currently studying business management higher level, economics higher level through the IB business profile. I'm doing this because I am interested in going to study finance in Poland and Warsaw after my IB diploma program is finished. I think the IB business management and economics course is really well developed, since it sort of gives the students of the program sort of an intangible benefit with respect to skills they can put to use in a more competitive corporate world.
So I chose the medicine profile because I want to study medicine when I finish the IB, and I'm going to apply to Copenhagen University as my first priority.
So I study the IB Engineering Learners Profile at Stenhus. I am specifically very interested in physics, and I take math AA at a higher level. So higher level science subjects in engineering are relatively in depth. Class sizes tend to be quite small, which is enjoyable because you get a more intimate relationship with your teacher. So there's a lot of collaboration, but there will be a lot of focus on academics. So it's a pretty intensive program that you probably want to enjoy if you're going to undertake it. So I plan on studying physics at university, though I have interests in history and philosophy as well, so I might take a couple of minor or even a double major, including those subjects. I've applied to Sweden, Ireland, and the United States. My dream school would be Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island, but I'm happy with all my options. I think the IB prepares you quite well for any kind of university program you'd like to undertake.
I chose the creative profile because I always saw myself as a more creative being, and I used to do a bunch of dancing and theater back at home. And I want to pursue that in the future. In visual arts, we take on many different art forms like painting, screen printing, sculpting, and we try to experiment with those in the first year. And then in the second year, you are more independent and you work with the art forms you want to work with. And in the end, you make an exhibition. I want to pursue screen acting in the future, possibly in Europe, in Berlin, most likely. So I have not applied yet, but it's definitely screen acting.
In IB psychology, we focus on all different areas of psychology and we work through them kind of systematically. There's a lot of focus on learning about different psychological studies all throughout history, and yeah, it's a lot of learning and a lot of studies to remember, but it's a really rewarding program in the sense that you leave it feeling like you've learned a lot of very useful things.
After the IB, I want to study international PR and be able to work with companies internationally and help them with their branding and marketing.
And I want to study biotechnology or biochemistry, where I get to develop new technologies to cope with climate change.
So the extracurricular activities that I'm doing here at Stenhus are Model United Nations, where there's a couple of third eye students who are kind of in the lead. Then I'm part of the Stenhus Business and Finance Club, which just started this year, and I'm also attending the theater club.
Through the IB business profile, my classmate Max and I have also created the IB Business and Finance Club here at the school, which you hopefully will be able to join if you join us here at IB and you're interested in studying business. At the club, we basically have intermediary meetings where we get together with the members and have some fun while also focusing on some academic stuff and how we can together sort of teach each other how to succeed in our corporate or entrepreneurial future.
Part of the IB newsletter, I'm doing it as a CAS project, so I'm one of the leaders of the IB newsletter.
Along with my studies, I also work as a dishwasher and also participate in the chess club and MUN here at Stenhus Gymnasium. There are multiple clubs and activities, so you generally find the groups where you fit in.
I am in the IB Theatre Club currently, which was created by a fellow IB student due to the drama college here only being in Danish. And last year I was part of a singing club, which is also a Danish club, but I was kind of also included, even though I don't speak Danish, but yeah.
So what I like about the IB is that it makes you consider things beyond superficial experience, that you have to think independently, which I love a lot. And there's, or at least in my classes, you don't have to sit and memorize lists and lists of information that you're never going to use in your other life other than the school. And about IB here at Stenhus is that I really like the community, that the IB is still starting, still developing. So the teachers actually are willing to listen to us and implement our ideas into the education.
If you decide to join the IB here at Stenhus Gymnasium, you will be lucky to find that the IB is a very cultural and linguistic, diverse sort of community where everybody is interested in learning more about each other, and this breeds a very nice and culturally diverse environment that you'll be a part of. And this community is led by a group of incredibly skilled teachers, which you will definitely be happy to have.
I like that the school is very organized about everything, and I love how great the teachers are.
I think the IB is particularly attractive because it lets you focus in on the things you love, but also be able to, it obligates you in a certain way to choose subjects that you might have a passive interest in, and you can develop those interests further.
I like the IB program itself because it makes you more independent, whereas before in my school we would always be focused as a class and work as a class, and here you're kind of seen more as an individual and your thought process is what you think is more important rather than the grades. And the teachers here are very friendly and they bring on their own life experiences for examples, and they want you to bring your own life experiences, so it brings just a deeper connection.
I really like how we get along between the two classes in the pre-IB. I think we have really good chemistry, all of us, and I think that's really nice.
And also like between like all the other IB classes, like the second eyes and third eyes, it's quite nice to have a little community in such a big school that Stenhus is.